Hello and welcome again to the Friday Wrap for January 27th. As you may know, I was unable to produce a Friday Wrap last week because I attended my very first presidential inauguration and festivities in Washington, D.C. For those of you who would like to see and hear more about the inauguration, I will produce a separate email called the Inauguration Wrap over the next couple of days, along with an abundance of pictures. This will be done separately so as to be sensitive to those who may not want to read it, and because it was really a full week in the village. So, as far as this week, the regular meeting of the mayor and board of trustees was held on Monday, and most items were on the consent agenda. Now, the ordinance to allow a unique 2.5 acre property with a home built toward the back to have a 38% of the rear yard, which is 8% more than the code, to be covered with buildings and structures was approved by a 5-to-1 vote. This project also brought to light into the forefront the environmental benefits of permeable bricks that allow the movement of stormwater through the surface, which will be great and be under further consideration for future development. Approved unanimously was the Scavenger Franchise Committee and Board's request to send out a request for proposal, otherwise known as an RFP, as the village further explores the pros and cons of having one garbage collection service. After the proposals are in, more public hearings are going to be scheduled and conducted before board consideration. Trustee Paula Murphy resigned this week during an emotional moment at the end of the village. She read her official resignation letter in front of the village board. The family has decided to relocate to Malibu, California to enable the family to get back to weather and a lifestyle they were accustomed to, even though they're originally from Wisconsin. But it also enabled her husband, Chris Murphy, to launch a new high-tech company. That's kind of cool because Chris has a lot of expertise in that industry. He was one of early Facebook executives who retired very young when Facebook went public. The village benefited tremendously, I think, from her service, from her poise and perspective during the time that she was on the board. We faced some important decisions and made some significant progress. I want to thank you, Paula. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you were recruited, however, in the future to serve your local community. And by the way, though I'm originally from the East Coast, as many of you know, I coincidentally moved to Illinois from Southern California, just a few miles from where she's going. But I don't know. That's a great lifestyle that I know she really enjoys, and so does the family. To fill that trustee position vacated, state ordinances allow for the mayor to nominate someone to serve out the remaining months, which is, in her case is 26 months. Now I'll be reviewing all volunteer applications that are currently on file. Encourage anyone to update one that is, and also to encourage any other residents to file one should they be interested in the position. I will then give trustees an opportunity to interview my top choices before voting to approve my final nomination. There are also a few committee positions that they should know about that also be opening in the near future. So if you're interested, be sure to stop by the Village Hall and to file a volunteer application form, or I know it's online, but don't ask me how to get to it. We also met on Wednesday this week to discuss our Veterans Memorial Committee to discuss the budget, memorial lighting, and start planning for the Armed Forces Day that's in May. And also during this meeting, Len Ruzak, the committee chairman, announced that he needs to resign as committee chairman to take care of personal matters. Len will remain on the committee, and we are very forever grateful for his service to the village, to the veterans, to our country, as well as for being instrumental in the construction of the memorial itself. So our thoughts and prayers are with you, Len, and look forward to seeing you at future meetings and future events. The mayor, as far as next week's meetings, we have a mayor and board of trustees will be conducting their first budget goals workshop. That'll be on Monday at 7 o'clock. On a personal note, I came home Saturday afternoon to help put the finishing touches to my wife Charmaine's milestone birthday party, along with about 25 of her closest friends and extended family. It was great fun, and I also want to thank you, Capri Express, for providing some of the catering. And I'd also like to thank the Burr Ridge couple this week who enthusiastically told me how much they enjoy this little section for on a personal note that we include on occasion. I'm glad you like it because life is not all about business. Thanks again for joining me. That's a wrap.